Oh, guys. Guys. And listen, I've just literally got my voice back. That last 10 minutes or whatever had gone. But yes, people, we are live. Well, where do you begin, man? Where do we begin? Gather around, gather around. You're now joining to another United team talk. Guys, you got to smash the like for this one, man. That is Manchester United. That is football. And yeah, man, this I don't even know what to say, fam. The hair saved the pen. I think God is coming, guys, because he don't save pens. And then Lingard coming on scoring an absolute. My voice is going again, but yeah, guys, before we get into the game, like I said, smash a like for the team, smash a like for Ollie and the boys. And yeah, listen, let's get straight into it, man. This is going to be a good one still. Guys, listen. West Ham United 1, Manchester United 2. I repeat, West Ham United 1, Manchester United 2. And what a roller coaster of emotions, man. Yeah, Jackson, it looks like you're frozen. I don't know why I'm going for the connection, but it's peak. Yeah. I don't know where to begin, man. Obviously.
Is it still frozen?
Are you back, yeah? No, you're back. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I think it's your connection.
Yeah, you're back. Listen. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
Is it me? I don't know what's going on, but you Jax take over. I'm just gonna sort out my thing, and yeah.
All right, I'll take over, man. Very intense match. Very, very intense match. After the week that we had, I think this was an opportunity for Manchester United Football Club to make amends, to get the fans back on track. So nothing apart from a victory today would have been acceptable, in my humble opinion. Whether it's West Ham away or not, I think we needed to win. Without Antonio, we had the upper hand, I think. Game, I think the first 30 minutes was quite poor. I think it wasn't good enough. I think one of the things that really frustrate me with Manchester United is the lack of intensity. We play very, very slow, especially from the back. It is not good enough. There's a lack of urgency when we're playing, and we only turn up the urgency when certain players get on the ball, such as Bruno, or when we go one man down. And again, that's not good enough. So first 30 minutes, I think, wasn't good enough. The last 15 minutes was much, 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 much better. I think we had a lot of shots on target. I think we had 7 shots on target in the first half, the most in the Premier League so far. I think Ronaldo, though he scored, could have and should have done better with the chances we created. So we could have easily been up 2 goals, before the end of the first half. But, West Ham also came and defended really well. I think they had 11 men behind the ball all of the time, which, for Man United and always Man United, we tend to struggle against teams that play that kind of strategy. So, yeah, the game wasn't a very pleasant watch, but I think generally we dominated the game. I think generally we deserved to win. I think, Ole substitutions came a bit late, but I think they were the right substitutions. I was calling for Lingard to come on if anyone was in part of group chats. Yeah, you're back. He would some way, somehow impact the game. The substitution I didn't see coming was Matic. And I think that was a great substitution because Matic is the only defensive midfielder or deep midfielder that knows how to play that pass that goes straight into your feet. You know that pass that I've been on this pass for so long because Carrick knew how to do it very well. It's a punchy pass. It goes straight through the defense. And as soon as you receive the ball and turn, you are basically facing the opposition's goal, and that pass is what creates space for other teams. So when Matic played that pass, I was like, yes, finally, Lingard could take the ball on the half turn or just turn, and obviously he done what he does. So I was extremely excited about that. Once that was done, 2-1. I thought that was the end of the game. We should have had. I don't know what the referees were on today. I don't know what the referees were feeling like today.
You see those
but
refs? Oh,
I don't
days,
know
sorry,
what
the refs.
I'm so annoyed because we basically nearly got bumped. Why the referee didn't go and look, especially the penalty that took place just before they had their penalty, when I think Zuma slide tackled Ronaldo. That was an obvious penalty, the most obvious penalty. And the one before that, it could be 50-50, but there was contact. There was contact. Even though Ronaldo went looking for it, I've seen them given, So the fact that we didn't get any penalty was something already. And then West Ham get given a penalty in the last minute. And that penalty, I understand the rules. Again, I think the rules are a bit silly, right? Talk about unnatural position. Do you know what natural position is? Do you play football? If someone is trying to cross and you stretch out your leg, your hand is going to go up as well. No one stretches out the leg with their hands beside them. It's crazy. It's crazy that a big game like football still can't get these simple things right, So I was devastated to see the penalty. I can't lie. If I'm really honest, I thought they were going to score. I think the substitution that Moyes made, there was logic behind it. They didn't have a penalty taker on the pitch. I expected them to score, especially because of De Gea's record when it comes to penalties. And so when he saved it, my place erupted because we didn't expect.
Just hear me.
I can hear you, Jesse. Did
I not tell you he's gonna save it? I told you.
Yeah, you did. But I think you're speaking.
Gonna save it, fam.
You did. But I thought you were saying that from your heart to not your brain, because De Gea just doesn't save penalties. So I don't know where you got that idea from that he's gonna save it.
I said this has to be the one now. It has to be the one where he has to save it.
Yeah,
like, he had to be the hero to like.
At least this time,
what I saw with a difference is that he didn't rush. He stood still and he waited. Like before you just like dive a bit early.
Yeah. It was a great save, and it was a powerful hand as well because with these penalties, it's not like penalties that you have when you're doing a shootout. With these kind of penalties, with these kind of penalties, if you don't get a strong hand, all that's going to happen is that the player's just going to come and hit it back again, just hit, or another player could just come and score. So I was so happy that he got a pretty strong hand, and we were able to see out the game. It's an amazing 3 points. I always have to defend Ole every so often. As the game was going on, I was in the group chat.
Hold on.
Yeah. Jerry, you're frozen again, so I can't hold on. I was in a few group chats, like usual, when things don't go right. The Man United fans that I know will start bashing Ole as much as they can, saying, why have you not changed tactically? And X, Y, Z, which I always see coming. Whenever Man United do well. We can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so they were bashing Ole. I said, look, I don't think he's made the best decisions this match, but as soon as Lingard and Matic scored, I was like, oh, are we going to give Ole credit? Because those two players that have just combined to score were substituted players. When Pogba came off, I had people saying, why is Pogba coming off? He's a creative player. X, Y, Z. He had a poor game.
I don't know about poor, man. I think he had good spells, man. Like,
what good spells did he see? He had a poor game.
The second half he was poor. The first half was poor.
First half he did some stuff.
Yeah. But up to the time he was taking off, it was warranted. That's my point.
Yeah.
It was warranted for him to come off. So this whole why are we taking him off thing? Come on, we've got enough players on the pitch with quality, on the bench, with quality to take a player off if he's not performing.
No, but it's the fact that Matic. Actually, who did Matic come off for? Fred, didn't it?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I even told
and Lingard came on for. Yeah, and Lingard came on for Pogba, which I think was a great substitution. I don't know if you heard, Jerry, but I was saying I was calling for this substitution early because Lingard has something to prove. Not only because he played for West Ham, but he has to make amends with what happened over the.
What happened in Champions League? Yeah,
so it was a great substitution. I was, and I must say, guys, I think Matic should start every Premier League game. I'm sure that he didn't start this game.
You weren't even in the preview, but I put him in my team, man.
Like, he has to start.
He didn't play the Champions League, so he should have been kind of fresh for this game. I'm surprised he went back to McFred. Obviously, that's the trust.
I heard what he said. Like,
what did he say?
I saw like a text like from saying Ollie on like some Insta. He said, Oh, he said, of course, McTominay and Scott have to come back in. That just shows to me he loves them two, you know. He loves them two, you know. Like he said, of course, it's a bit of a violation. Like, why can't Van de Beek get? I want to see Van de Beek and Matic sometimes. I'll be wrong.
Yeah, listen.
For me,
okay,
Matic has to start every game. Matic has to start.
It's either Matic or Fred or Matic or Van de Beek.
I don't care
I don't
who
want
Matic plays with. Matic just needs to play.
let's talk about a bit of a negative. Maguire, fam. Jesse, I know. Bruv, he needs to stop that. He needs to stop that.
You know what? I don't think playing left centre back is a good idea. You know why? Because every time he has to cut in, for example, that mistake, he had to cut in on his right foot to try and clear the ball. I don't think left centre back is best position. I'll be real. Because every time a team's pressing us, he doesn't he tends to lose the ball and he always tends to pass it back to the keeper. So in my opinion,
it's too slow. I'm sorry, it's too slow. It's so slow. And I just don't understand why. There was a time he was just walking and pointing, and there's a player right now. What are you doing?
Walking football.
What are you doing? And people talk about style of play, and I'm telling you, Mina's biggest problem and why we get so frustrated is the lack of intensity.
Yeah,
you know, 100%. It's a lack of intensity. We just play so slow, so it looks like we don't know what we're doing. You know, when you watch Liverpool, there's times where I was telling Jesse and one of our visitors who's here, I was like, if this is Liverpool, when they get the ball in this situation, there's intent. Like the player's trying his best to move forward. Like he's getting the ball and he's actually moving forward. But with us lot, it's like, yeah, let's just take 3 touches and pass it.
Yeah, man. But you see,
I'm sorry, that's why I get Ole. That's why I get Ole. You need to do better.
Why do we play like that? It's surely in training you shouldn't stand for this because like you're watching the game and we're just walking, pointing.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
We want to score, we need to score, we're drawing, and it's like I don't see the urgency.
It's not good enough, and I blame Ole for that. If you're a manager, that's where you add your value. You say this is too slow. Yeah. This is too slow. You get up from your bench, you stand up, and you say this is way too slow. This is way too slow. And that's my biggest frustration with Man United at this moment in time. And Maguire didn't have a great game. I've always liked Maguire historically. I criticize him. And at this moment in time, I'm starting to think if he wasn't a captain, I would actually prefer to see I think Bailly and Varane is probably the best centre-back pairing. Yeah. But even Lindelof, people cuss him and that. I've seen Lindelof do good things. And Lindelof might look better next to Varane.
Yeah, you know? Maybe.
Yeah, he will look better next to Varane. Because one thing I like about Lindelof, is the fact that in terms of our actual play, he's actually better. He's actually he actually passes the ball better. He finds better passes. You know, he starts off the attacks much better than Maguire. Maguire looks composed, like he's good on the ball, but he's not great on the ball. He's not great on the ball. It's just because he's slow. When a player's slow on the ball, they look composed. That's not composure. That's just slow. Lindelof is better than Maguire on the ball, and so is Varane, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, man. Quickly on Lingard, Jesse, I know you're not a big fan. You was screaming, I bet when he was coming on, you're thinking, why is he coming on? Or we should have sold.
I didn't complain. I did not.
No, but a lot of people saying sell him in the summer. Even on Wednesday, Jesse, you said he's a dickhead. We should take him out of the intro video. And look what he got comes on does that.
Who said that?
Jesse said that.
Yeah, did I say that? Well, I must have
did, with me. Listen, someone in my other group chat, he clipped it up, and it was like, why is your brother so on Lingard for?
Let me be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I was very that obviously I was very angry at that point because that mistake, I ain't ever seen a mistake like that in a while. For Manchester United.
It happens. Do you know what? This is what shows me that you don't play football often. Football, sometimes you make a mistake, you're like, why did I do that? You know, because your brain is tired, you're panicking a bit sometimes. All that. Can you hear me? Yeah. So, but Lingard, I think keeping Lingard is one of the best decisions we've made.
That's what I said.
I've seen some improvements in his game. He's more clinical. He's very clinical.
Look at that goal, fam. I couldn't believe
very clinical.
For some reason, I knew it was coming, Jerry. He had something to prove.
When he cut in, I said, he's gonna shoot here because it's West Ham. wants
But I
to
saw
show that.
Scott. I
Yeah,
put him past Scott, but I said nah. Lingard could. Like I've seen him score from those type of angles before, so
yeah.
yeah,
But
I
you
was
know,
very happy for him.
is that pass, Jerry? That pass, that
You know what?
massive,
I can't remember. I need to watch it back. I
it
can't
was
remember.
it's that bro in football when you fizz that. That's why most of the deep line midfielders play that pass because when you fizz it and the player can catch it and control it. By the time because the ball moves faster than the players, by the time the player gets it, he actually has time to turn. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Whereas if you play like a slow pass, and which for some reason Fred needs to stop playing. He can't play them. His passes are too slow. By the time you even get it, you're already surrounded. Do you get what I'm saying? But when that pass is played, it gives you a chance. It gives you the opportunity to actually turn and actually face the defense. So he had enough time and space to do what he wanted to do. That's what he done. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for him, bro. I can't even lie.
You know what?
So happy for him.
I've analyzed something today, and I don't think Matic and Fred is the best part. I mean, Scott and Fred is the best partnership. I think it's actually Matic and Fred, in my opinion. I think because as Jack said, Matic can actually play them passes, and people say legs. Fred's got the legs, like he's got the most like energy, and he wins the second balls. And Matic is actually he brings the ball out, like he quick, like the temple's much quicker
He's a
with Fred.
footballer. Matic is a baller.
I mean, it's much quicker with Matic. So I think Matic and Fred, even before like post lockdown, was that not the partnership that was doing well and then Bruno's number 10? So
Oh yeah, listen, guys, we haven't even spoken about the inevitable. He's done it again, man. Like Ronaldo, like what more can we say about this guy?
Do you
Like
know what? I think Ronaldo didn't have the greatest game.
listen, Jax, this is what's gonna happen this season. Even the Newcastle game, he didn't do anything,
But
but
he
he
was cool.
scored. That's what he does, man. Like the movement again, Bruno
and you know
assists.
what? Sorry to cut you off, Jerry. You know what? I think those are the things that whenever we're talking Messi or Ronaldo, I think those are the situations where I always say is Messi because when you watch Ronaldo, he makes mistakes, but the one thing I love about Ronaldo is he will definitely impact the game.
Yeah,
One way
all the
or the
time.
other, he will impact the game. Today wasn't his greatest game, but he still impacted the game, and he should have won penalties.
Yeah, even the chance he had, I think he should have scored that.
He should have.
He should have buried that. But
He should have
listen,
got a hat trick today.
that's four goals in 3 games.
That's
It's a
Ronaldo.
madness.
That's Ronaldo, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. So I'm really happy for him. I'm so happy for him. And I think even today, unfortunately, his history played against him. His history plays against him because I don't know why the referee didn't even go and check. If there was anyone else, they would have gone and checked, kind of thing. So, yeah, David Am says that pass was critical. Trust me, whenever I've been playing football for a while, that pass, because I play often now, I see the benefits. It benefits the attackers so much because they actually get the ball, turn, and actually can do what they do best, kind of thing. So, the more, and I think we struggle with Fred and Scott because none of them play that pass.
Yeah.
All the best teams have players that can play that pass. Whether it's Fabinho, whether it's Fernandinho, whether it's Busquets, whether it's all the top teams have players that can play that pass, and we don't, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. Big run. Shout out to you. Listen, I don't want to keep the guys long. Obviously, Chelsea are playing. I'm sure we all want to watch that game. But listen, let's talk about numero uno. The Gea saved a penalty, guys. Like, bruv, I haven't lost my voice since even when I went Old Trafford last week. But I was so happy for him. Like, that was like when I saw Noble coming, I'm thinking, nah, Noble normally slots them away, man.
Yeah.
And for him to save it like that, like. I love the celebration at the end, like the camaraderie between the lads. Like Jax, be honest, did you think the hair was gonna
No, no, I was already distraught. I was like, oh, we've conceded, man. I feel like we've just conceded. Like he's not gonna save it. The chance of him saving us slim based on
that would have been a blow, man. That
would have
the
been a
hype from
blow.
scoring. Yeah.
I was ready preparing myself to. I was already like distraught. I was like, we've
Yeah,
conceded.
same. I was gutted, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm at work
But
right now, guys. So obviously I'm not at home and that, but like when we scored and they got a penalty, all my colleagues they're laughing at me, and I got my hand on my head. I'm thinking, oh my days, we've thrown it away. Luke
yeah,
Shaw, what are you doing?
I don't
And
think that's Luke Shaw's fault though, Jerry, man. Like if you're
now, my,
defending and you're using your left foot and someone's about to cross it, you stretch out your left foot. The first thing that goes with that is your hand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I don't know what the word for it is, but it works together kind of thing. So I don't know why in football they still can't use the common sense to actually assess things holistically with sense and say that can't be a pen kind of thing. So but he saved it, and I was saying before you came on, Jerry, that it wasn't just the fact that he saved it, but he got a strong hand.
Strong hand, yeah, because I
He got
thought
a strong
rebound
hand.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, very strong. Like he even dabbed, and I think he got a proper strong palm. So with these situations, you always see it time in time out that the goalkeeper saves and another guy just comes and slots it in again. So very, very, very happy. I think what Big Ron is saying, I really agree with those things. Every time I watch football, and I get frustrated all the time having to defend Ole,
fine
and
margins.
then it's like as soon as football, there's fine margins. There's so many fine margins. It's not that every time that Man United lose, then we go on an attack and say, "Oh my God." I was saying in a group just before we continue. Obviously, we had the Ole haters doing what they do best. When we were when we conceded the penalty, or when we was drawing, and I said to them, and even when we went 2-1 up, I said to them, "Bro, Ole can't win. He's just brought on two subs.
Yeah.
They've combined to score, and he
Oh
still
yeah.
can't get any credit," kind of thing. And we just can't keep doing this. Like every time Man United lose, we look at the manager. It's like they were saying, what the guy said to me, why we playing two DMs against West Ham? I was like, we talking about West Ham are a crap team. They're in Europa
Yeah,
League.
they're a good team, and it's away
They're a
from home
good
as
team.
well.
They're a good team. And secondly, the power of hindsight only support that people only use hindsight. When remember when we played Tottenham
Yeah.
and we lost, people were saying, why did we still try to win the game?
Oh, the six. Yeah, yeah.
In the bank, we got banked 6-1. Against Young Boys, he went defensive and we lost. So both times he got two opposite things and we
Yeah.
lost. But and I get the criticism both ways. But when we look at against Young Boys, we didn't do well. But look at those mistakes, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we can't always blame Ole for these things. And my thing, the reason why I keep talking about Ole is I just want a fair analysis. I blame him too, but when things go wrong, let's just not make the whole thing about Ole. Let's look at the game holistically. Let's enjoy the game of football and analyze the whole game. Analyze the players, analyze the manager, analyze the referees. Do you know what I mean? Analyze
Yeah.
everything so we can actually have a conversation. Not Ole's crap. Let's get him out. I'm tired of that. We've done it to Jose, we've done it to Van Gaal, and we're doing it now to Ole. And we'll probably do it again until we get success. So prayer that we get some success, man.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys want to answer that door, but
Nah, I got things to open it.
okay, cool. Jesse, quickly, yeah. Another comment. Now, Sancho came on. I know it's been a bit of a talking point. He's not really, hit the ground running. But the fact that a certain Martial is not even getting a look in is a bit worrying for me. Like, I think his time is done. Like, he didn't even come on.
His
Like,
time's been done. His time's been done. Like the guy, he's just. I don't know what happened to him. I miss the old Marshall. That's what I gotta say. Like the old Marshall, he was more on it. Like he was more fiery. He was taking on players. Like it seems like he can't even play on the left anymore. Nah, I don't see him as a striker. I've told you this many times that I don't know about Jax really, but it's especially you, Jay. I've told you, Marshall he's not ever going to succeed as a Manchester United striker. I know what I'm talking about. The guy has no
you know
movement
what?
at all.
Yeah, I know you lot were in the preview, but I even said I would have started him this game and I left because we've seen Sancho. He's had quite a few chances, and Martial really ain't, started. So I would have loved to see him start, but for him not to even get on, I'm starting to think he's lost in the whole pecking order, man. His peak.
I don't think the fact he's lost because he came on against Young Boys and he came on
Yeah, but he came
against
on last. He's
Newcastle.
not the first. He's not the go-to, sub. Like he's not.
Well, you have to prove yourself. Like Lingard, as much you guys know my stance on Lingard,
Yeah,
but he's proven why he should come on before them. He scored a goal. He's got 2 goals in the Premier League now.
yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
yeah, I know. Like, I'm not complaining if Lingard's coming on anymore because he's making more of an impact than Sancho and Martial. Who I think Sancho and Martial obviously they're better footballers, but Lingard's more effective. Like he's getting the goals. He's doing his thing.
This
So
is the point.
yeah.
The thing about Sancho and Martial, both of them, both quality footballers, is that they both like to come to the ball. They don't go in behind. And that's why, there's a chance. So I'm a bit off. Lukaku. Oh, sorry, Chelsea moving
Mount flopped in. I can hear it from.
Yeah, interesting game. I'm a Tottenham fan for today.
Yeah, right. I'll take a draw, man. Obviously, guys, I want to wrap up quickly because I want to watch the game. But we're obviously not back to the top. I think we're level on Liverpool with same points. I think this title race this season. It feels like it's going to be tight. Like we couldn't afford to drop points today, and we've obviously come away with the 3 points. We got West Ham in the cup in 3 days. which can be kind of psychological. We play the same team. Um, I don't think we'll even do a preview for that game because it's the cup game and busy and whatnot. But moving forward, this team, obviously, the performances ain't been great, but the results are there. So what are you lot saying about that?
I mean, at the beginning of the season, people said I've made that title contest, and I said, yeah, I think so. And it's not because I think we play great football, we've got a good manager. I think that's what it goes back to. But I think we just have to try and look at things logically. Even when we didn't last season, we didn't play that great. We still finished second. And honestly, if we had more belief last season, we could have actually done a title challenge last season. So with this season here, and with 3 new players, Varane, loved his performance today, by the way. With Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo, how can we not be challengers? No matter how much you hear Ole, he's not a great manager. Sorry, we finished second last season. We finished third the season before. We have to be there. We have to be there this season. So, and I'm not surprised where we are today. I'm not surprised that we are amongst the top. And I think come the end of the season, we will still be there. We will still be there because we've got the quality on the pitch to do so, kind of thing. So, yeah, people are so comfortable and confident, that Chelsea are the ones who are going to win it this season. I'm not exactly sure why. Or City, but I think it's going to be close. And I think we definitely can't write off Liverpool. I think a lot of people write off Liverpool. I would say it's either City or Chelsea. I'm like, Liverpool, don't ever get that twisted. Van Dijk's back.
Yeah,
they're still there. Yeah. They're always
just quickly, it's been a decent start in terms of results. I mean, we ain't lost yet. We're near the top of the league. Are you still worried about the performances, or are we let's just ride the wave, man, and let's just move, like?
I do feel like we're in the title race. Don't get twisted, but to say like the way this is going, like, is going to be very competitive. But the reason why, obviously, to win, I think we'll be there 100%. But I'm not confident to say, yeah, we're going to win, because as I keep saying, like, you keep saying fluke in this like the Premier League. That it just don't happen. You need to have good run of games and like good performances. Like, as I said, like we had that last season. We had that last season, and our luck ran away. Like, we weren't performing, and our luck ran away, and we started drawing city games and losing at home. If we're gonna
but we didn't have
win
Ronaldo.
this league, I think.
Some extra
Even with Ronaldo, we, like, for example, we need to like perform well. Like, we need to have a consistency of like winning games like comfortably, not always conceding first. For example, why we keep conceding first? We need to start keeping clean sheets. I'm not sure if the defense has really improved that much from last season. So yeah, I think we'll be around there, but I don't think we'll win it. But unless I see improvements of performances in a team, like, even if we go 1-0 down, I'm still confident we'll come back. But let's just see.
Yeah, man. Listen, guys, like Big One says, it's been a fun show today. Listen, I've just calmed down from the highlight. I've calmed down. Obviously, I want to watch the highlights again in the post-match interviews and whatnot. But I'm gassed for Lingard. I'm gassed for De Gea. I'm gassed for Oli. Because, yeah, man, even when the lineup came out, as soon as it came out, I just wrote the meltdown's about to commence because McFred's back and we're just going to start criticizing. Although it wasn't a vintage performance, we got the 3 points. We're still in the race. So that's all that matters, man. But yeah, guys, like I said, maybe the cup preview won't come on this week, but we'll be back after the game to, react to the cup match we've got against West Ham. So yeah, that should be interesting. I know Ollie's got a few decisions to make because, we have to rotate and whatnot. But listen, it's been a great show. 3 points. Quickly before we end, man, just give me your man of the match.
Boy, I don't even know. It has to be De Gea. Sorry.
De Gea. Yeah, the goal, he couldn't do nothing about the goal. And he did some good couple saves, man. So I can't disagree. Quickly, Jax, before you head off.
Sorry. So definitely De Gea for me, just for the save at the end. But I also want to give an honourable mention to Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka played well today. No, he did. No, he did. He did. He did. He did.
He had a decent game.
He had a decent game. Oh, is this a chance?
Yeah, he did.
Come on, better cross. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
the
watching
game
that
side
Spurs
is
game. So
I'm about to go watch that now. But yeah, for me, man of the match. To me, Bruno looked tired. I was getting a bit worried. Like he needs to come off, but I know Oli will never take him off. But yeah, De Gea for me, man, just for that save alone, he literally, how they always say goalkeepers win you 15 to something points a season. He literally won us that game. Obviously, big shout to Lingard as well for coming on and make a difference. But for me, De Gea, obviously there was debate about him and Henderson. It looks like Henderson. Listen, you've got a big task. I know he was this close, but now you've been pushed back a lot now to get that number one. So for me, yeah, De Gea has to get for me, man. But yeah, guys, listen, we're gonna wrap up there. Thank you for tuning in. Listen, subscribe if you're new. We're trying to get to that 200 mark. Smash the like button, and yeah, man, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.